Welcome, everyone, to the April 2018 GNU Radio project call. We have a fairly short agenda today. I'm going to quickly go over it. So we're going to talk about GRCon, and Derek's going to do that. Mark is going to talk about releases and code-related stuff, for example, code reviews. And we have a couple of announcements for events that are coming up. And that's it. So with no further ado, Derek, what's going on in GRCon land?
So as announced over the last, I believe, 2 months, GNU Radio Conference is going to be held in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Henderson Convention Center. The dates are September 17th to the 21st, and it's going to follow more or less the same type of schedule that we've had in the past. So lots of talks, presentations, workshops, etc. The full schedule won't be out, of course, until after everyone has submitted their talks, tutorials, workshops, and posters. The call for papers is open. We will be getting the submission system live imminently. We're going to be using OpenConf this year, which is a change from previous years. And the link for that will be posted up on the website, sent to the mailing list, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere that we can think. Just as soon as that's live, and I expect that to be this week. The deadline for submitting papers, talks, tutorials, workshops is June 3rd, and we'll be working to get the full schedule published, I believe, 2 weeks after that. And that's really the news. We have the big event which we are working on hosting is the DVB S2 workshop, which is going to be running as one of the events during the conference. So if you're interested in video standards and general full system design, take a look at that, and we'll have more information available in the coming months and posted online.
Eric, when's the deadline for early bird tickets, early bird discounts?
I will look that up and let you know in just a minute. But we still have at least a month left on that.
Okay, but everyone who knows they're going to come, please order your tickets sooner rather than later. It'll save you money and it'll help us in the planning. Excellent. Sorry, Marcus, I muted myself there while I was talking. Can you please enlighten us about the lead information?
So, during the last couple of weeks, something exciting happened. We've released GNU Radio 3.7.12.0, which is the first release in a long time, and we've been able to get in a lot of the pull requests and features and bug fixes that have been sitting around for a long time. And I'm pretty excited that this is actually working relatively well, better than I expected it. So this is a fine thing. Debian and other distros have already picked up the pace, are delivering the new version, which brings me to a small problem. We have a bug in there, and that means I'll do another release very shortly, 3.7.13.0, because it's a API changing thing. API changing thing actually. So yeah, but that's fine with me. We'll as you notice, I'm pretty much for releasing early, releasing often. Obviously keep up the code quality. If we hadn't done a lot of testing and that, we wouldn't have noticed that there's a bug. Phil, can you shut up? Thanks. If we hadn't done a lot of testing, we wouldn't have noticed that there is this bug so early, 2 weeks after releasing that. I'm happy that we'll be able to get that out of the world relatively soon. So, and that's all about releases, I guess, at this point. Then there's something else I wanted to talk about. It's kind of something that I have to ask for, is that obviously maintaining the radio is work, and it requires a steady eye and a lot of attention to detail when you go through code. And chances are that if we've got like 1 or 2 persons at most looking at code, then there will be bugs. And this is really not necessary, considering GNU Radio is probably like the most popular SDR framework on this planet. And we do a lot of features, and we do a lot of pull requests. So everyone who's in here or who listens to this talk or watches this later is very much encouraged to go in whenever they feel like contributing a bug report, which is totally cool. I have to stress that. Submit a bug report, or if they want to add code like through a pull request or in any other way contribute, maybe take the time, go through our pull request queue on GitHub, and like pick the first thing that like meets the eye, you feel comfortable with. Just read the code changes and like comment on them. Say, okay, this looks strange. The style here is questionable. This looks like it might have a side effect that you didn't think about. Even if you're not a software design person or not a software-defined radio person, like actually a second eye, a third eye, a pair of eyes, if you have 2 of these, is very welcome here. And I can only like ask everyone to contribute their time and attention, because attention is limited, and it's not good if it's like limited to a very small circle of people. That's all from me for here.
Thank you, Marcus. So quick addendum to GRCon. So early bird tickets are valid until June 30th, and they are $3.99. So if you've been to other conferences recently, you'll notice this is actually really good value for money. Like a full week of GNU Radio content for basically $400. I think that's a pretty good, sweet deal. And just FYI, if you buy after that, the ticket is $5.49, and the latecomer tickets will be $6.99 if you purchase after September the 1st. So I hope this is an incentive to buy your tickets early. Okay, so speaking of events, we actually have a couple of other events coming up. Ben, can you quickly tell us what's going on in France?
Sure, can you hear me?
Perfect, thanks.
I assume I can be heard. Yeah, so the INSA, or the Institute in Lyon is hosting a 2-day GNU Radio conference. So put together what's effectively going to be a mini GRCon, complete with tech talks and tutorials. We'll have somebody there keynoting, and they like poster sessions and demos. Putting on the institute that's behind it is backing the effort with a significant amount of resources. So we're really excited about this. The professors who are organizing it are actually the people behind the Cortex Lab, which is the test bed that has GNU Radio on it and a bunch of SDRs attached to it. They presented at GRCon 16 about their work, and have attended other events as well. So we're really, really excited together, because outside of GRCon, which is always in the United States, we really don't have any larger organized events. There are people put together meetups, GNU Radio-based meetups all the time. There's meetups in Africa and Germany, but we really haven't seen anything quite like this, which is really a small conference. So it's called the French GNU Radio Days. A link went out over the GNU Radio Discuss listserv. We shared it in Slack and IRC. And if you're interested, you should absolutely check it out. If you're located in the EU, it should be fairly easy to get to. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me, but I'll pass you. And yeah, I think that's it.
Excellent, thanks, Ben. And I'm also very excited that other countries are, getting actively involved with GNU Radio to such an extent. Makes me very, very happy. Neil, can you quickly talk about the NewSDR event in Boston, or in the Boston area?
Yeah, yeah, sure, absolutely. So NewSDR is coming in about 2 weeks. It's going to be on Thursday, May 3rd and Friday, May 4 in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is about 30 miles, maybe 50 kilometers outside of Boston. We have a good lineup. We have on Thursday 2 workshops being offered, technical hands-on workshops in the evening at about 4 p.m. One is from the MathWorks and one is from Edis Research. The MathWorks one talks about over-the-air communication links with MATLAB and Simulink using the Pluto SDR. The Edis workshop talks about RF-NOC. It's the hands-on RF-NOC workshop that we've done at GNU Radio Conference and other places previously. And that's on Thursday night. And then the next day on Friday is the main event, which goes from about 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. We have a bunch of poster presentations from students and some invited speakers, including DeepSig. We have Nathan West coming from DeepSig giving a talk called Reinventing Wireless with Deep Learning. We also have Professor Kaushik Chowdhury at Northeastern University and Dr. Frank Lin from MIT Haystack. So those should be really interesting. NewSDR also is about 120 people, so it's a good opportunity just to meet people in the community and SDR like-minded people in the Boston area. People even come from other, the region like New York and Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and other farther away areas. So yeah, that's about it. There are a bunch of corporate sponsors for NewSDR that will be there showing off various demos and different hardware. Edis is a sponsor. MathWorks is a sponsor. Octoscope, MediaTek, and Analog Devices are also sponsors. So that's coming in 2 weeks. If you're in the Boston area, please register. There's an announcement on the mailing lists. The event is completely free. Parking is free. Food is free. Lunch, breakfast, and coffee are provided. So the whole event is free. So hopefully people in the Boston area listening and can join in.
So Martin seems to have dropped out. We do still have.
I'm still here.
Sorry, you're back.
I was speaking while muted. I was just saying, yeah, these were all the agenda items on the list. Maybe there's something people want to bring up.
So yeah, I think I should mention that the stable branch for GNU Radio is now called maint -3.7, no longer maint. So maint is a stale branch. It used to be the branch on which we do our maintenance, our existing release, bug fixing and stuff, and most happen on there. But bug fixes for the 3.7 series will be merged onto maint 3.7, and that's the reason why I've just changed the GNU Radio stable recipe in PyBombs so that it pulls that branch. So if you are a distro maintainer or someone who builds software for fun and profit, please be aware that you should not be pulling the maint branch, but the maint -3.7 branch if you're looking for the stable GNU Radio releases.
Thanks, Marcus. So Phil wanted to say something about Volk.
I've been looking at Volt getting support for 64-bit ARM. It's basically what happens in 64-bit ARM. Neon works, the intrinsics code in Volt works for both. It's just a matter of CPU detection. So once I get the CPU detection in place, we will need to check Volk on things like a Raspberry Pi 3. So just sort of watch my GitHub, and if you're interested, ping me. And it looks like I'll have a branch pushed real soon now. And that's it.
Okay. Well, then that's all the agenda items. That was on point. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks everyone participating in the project as a whole. And we'll have another project call a month from now. Please remember to buy your tickets for GRCon, and yeah, see you online. Bye-bye, everyone.